Hi, my name is Drayon Sabri, and today I'm going to be talking about, is it too late to start a new chapter? And my answer to that is no. I meant heavens no. But seriously, it's never too late to start a new chapter, ever. Like, no matter what stage you're in your life. Have you ever felt like you're running out of time or you just didn't get it right the first time? This video is for anyone who feels like they're starting over too late. And I'm here to reassure you, you are not at all. Like, there are so many different stages to start different things. I think sometimes we compare ourselves to other people's milestones, and we have to realize our journey is only our own. We cannot compare it to nobody else's because we don't know what tools they've had. We don't know what experiences led them to make the decisions that they did. So do not beat yourself up for thinking you're starting too late. Don't even beat yourself up for thinking you're behind, because your step 1 isn't going to look like someone's step 26. I don't know why I said 26, but for real though, there's so many different things we could get started with. As a 25-year-old woman, I always encourage people of all ages to do whatever they want, because I have developed the urgency just to do anything. Like, even with this YouTube channel, I could have started when I was 16. I could have started when I was 20. I could have got down in COVID when I was 21, but it is what it is. I'm starting now, and guess what? It's a journey for me. Let's talk about why we may feel behind, because society has these standards, right? Like, oh, have your bachelor's degree by 22, be married by 28, have your 3 to 6 months of savings saved by 30, and when you start looking at those stats, it's like, and you're at those ages and you're like, well, I didn't do that yet. I didn't accomplish that. And we start thinking that's what the outline is supposed to be, but we need to take into consideration that we have different experiences. Our timeline is not going to look like someone else's. And I bring this up because there are so many people. I grew up in Trenton, New Jersey. It's an inner city, and not everybody goes to college out of Trenton Central High School, right? And now that I've graduated, I hear people like, man, I should have did that when I was 18. I should have went to school at this time. And it's like, maybe you weren't even prepared at that time to go through college. Maybe you didn't have the people around you to encourage you to go to college. So sometimes the fact that we're trying to align with how other people are doing or when other people accomplish these things, it's not doing ourselves a service, because we don't know what kind of encouragement that person had. We don't know what kind of sacrifices the next person did to get that degree. We don't know what that person did to buy their house at 25, and sometimes that's just not feasible for our own lives, right? So we need to realize, okay, society has their standards. You need to have your own. Society has their timeline. We need to have our own timeline. It doesn't have to be the same. It does not have to be identical with how everyone else is going, because you have a separate journey. So if you want to start going to school in your 30s, go ahead and get that degree in your 30s. It's better getting in your 30s than in your 50s, So if that's something you're thinking about right then and there, just go for it, because then you're going to go through life just like thinking, what if I should have? What if I got that degree? What if I started that business? What if I went back to dancing? There's so many different things you could do, and sometimes we don't think we're allowed to just because we were supposed to do it by a certain age. So don't let age stop you from doing anything, because literally there's people in their 80s getting their degrees. There's people in their 30s starting gymnastics again. There's people in their 40s starting the business that they've been thinking about since they were 20. There's no perfect time to start, but there's no time that's too late, ever. Like, our life is too short to think that anything we start is too late. Like, literally. Another thing when thinking about making a big change, sometimes we need to have the confidence to do so. Without the confidence, sometimes we start looking for validation. And 9 times out of 10, if you're looking for validation around the people you grew up around or around your inner circle, sometimes that's not the validation you need, because sometimes they may not even agree with what you're talking about. If no one in your circle has started a business, They don't understand the magnitude of your vision. So another big thing is having the confidence to make the change, right? Sometimes we're hesitant to make these changes, especially if you're thinking like, if you're already thinking, oh, is it too late? Sometimes you're like, that means you're shaky on it. That means you don't have the confidence to just go for it. And sometimes with not having the confidence, now you're asking people that you know for validation, like, should I start this class or should I start this business? And sometimes it's not even appropriate to be asking the people you're around because they don't know what you're capable of all the time. Like you may know you're smart enough to get $1 million business going, but the people around you may not know that. The people around you may not have the same vision as you. So you need to start reeling back in that confidence and understanding that you don't need validation from anyone else to make that change. Like make that change on your own and take it all the way through. Sometimes we start beating ourselves up like, dang, we should have started this sooner. We should have did this differently. And reality of it is we need to give ourselves grace. And I say that from someone who needed to hear that. Like there's been times where I was so hard on myself and felt like I didn't complete something in the correct amount of time or I didn't complete it in the correct way that, I'm comparing how someone else did it and it didn't serve me. It did nothing but ruin the light that I'm trying to see at the end of the tunnel. And I'm telling you this because we need to consider our own circumstances. Like, so the thing that you think you did so horrible with or that you messed up on, you have to realize you were doing the best that you can. You were doing the best that you can with all that you knew at the time. And just tying this back into someone who's regretting not starting school at a certain time, like I said before, like you may not have been around people to even get that encouragement. You may not have been around people who even help you with applications or tell you what programs there were. Some of these things would take extra learning and maybe you didn't have the time to learn because you were working full time, just trying to make ends meet. So that's why I tell people, like, give yourself grace because just because someone else is doing it differently and it looks way more easier and seamless, that does not compare to your experience and what you had to go to get where you are now. So please give yourself grace. Like the reality of it is, no matter what age you are, we are all still figuring out life. We are all living life for the first time. And it's not up to society. It's not up to our friends. It's not up to our family to tell us, okay, this is how you should live, or tell us, oh, you should have done this by now. There's no specific timeline to enjoying your life. So that's up to you to create. And I just want you to know that starting over is never a sign of failure. There's so many times I've had to restart, reorganize, realign. And me just starting over, it just gave me the confidence to keep going. Just knowing that I'm able to fail and start again. Because guess what? Every lesson is a blessing. And being able to take the opportunity to learn is always going to benefit you at the end. It's always going to make you stronger. If this resonated with you, please don't forget to leave in the comments how this resonated with you. A lot of us go through things and we're waiting on a sign to just go forth and change our lives. This is your sign to do it, and I'm encouraging you. My name is Jayon Sabri, and thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Bye.